hello and welcome back everyone to my channel, Spool Up. Just a bit of an update here, more of like a montage of how I've been getting on with my vehicles. So this is my Triumph Mark III Spitfire 1300 Le Mans edition that I purchased blind off eBay from a seller of a classic car seller over in Cleethorpes, Grimsby way. Now, I completely bought this car sight unseen, but I bought it because it had a really good tricked up engine, which I'll get to in later videos. So this is a bit of the inside. It came with these retro one fit bucket seats that you couldn't really do anything with, and it's a bit tired inside, and as you can see from the rest of the bodywork, this is me stripping it down. I've got the bonnet off, getting ready to start taking all the components off to remove the tub, because it was quite a lot of extensional work that needed doing. It needed complete new floors, it needed new sills, both sides, inside strengthener, outside sill cap. Needed extensive bodywork across the metalwork across the back of the body, as you're looking at. Some of the wings wanted replacing, inner wings replacing, the boot, the floor, the valance. There was repair on the bulkhead that we're looking at now. This is just some of the wires that I've had to take off and get ready to remove it from the body. Funny enough, there's 12 bolts to remove it from the chassis, and that's it. So it goes to this fabricator. This is the first thing he does with the tub. He separates it, so he's cutting out all the floor panels, all the sills, everything like that. As you can see here, he's doing quite an extensive job. Now, I was really quite lucky to get hold of this chap, just for the simple reason because I think anybody else who'd been doing this bodywork wouldn't have gone as far into depth for this. This chap only takes on one vehicle at a time, and I can't rate him enough. And all the details about him, when it's done, you'll be able to come and use this guy as well if you want. So this here is some of the work that's been done previously. So it looks like somebody at some point has just put a brand new under axle panel straight on top of the old one. So we've actually cut all this back out, and well, he has, and got it back to a reasonable state. This is not going to be a A1 concourse show winning car, but it's going to be super solid, rust free, and it'll last for another good 50 years. So this is the rust that was on the chassis underneath, and you can get to see some of the, there you go, it's all dressed up and he's repaired the holes, and getting to the point where he's ready to start putting in the panels and making sure things line up. And this is where he sort of progresses, and so obviously everything's cleaned up. Now he's got the footwells in, the foot pans in, he's secured them up to the middle centre panel, and now he's using the laser liner to get everything correct and straight and start tacking things up. Because he split the vehicle in half, this also going to be more straighter than when it came from the factory, basically, because we've got more up-to-date techniques on it. So you can see he's proper laser lining it in, he's getting the inner sills in, and there you can see more braces going in, and he's obviously welded it up down the middle. So this is where we got to the point where he's almost getting ready to put the front on. From the other side, as you can see, it's all welded and dressed up down the middle and on the support at the back. And waiting for the next one. So now he's got the front attached, you see. So he's brought this up, and this is the thing. Now he's having to use a bit of old school, because you can't use that laser liner to get the full lining. So now he's back to old school methods, and he's truing it all up, as a true fabricator should do. So once he's got it all trued up, you can see he's got the doors on, he's made sure they've aligned up properly, and then he's braced it with these scaffolding poles at the top. So when you see a different picture over the top, he's actually chopped them down so they can be welded flush onto the top of my dash there, see? So this is it, fully braced now and in the correct alignment, so he can pick it up, he can rotate it, he can move it. So he's got the underneath to weld and make sure everything else is fine like that. He's due to get my chassis back in the next few weeks to mount it back on. So he's cut the floor out now. This is the boot valance that needs to come out. The boot was absolutely rotten to a peach. You would have seen from some other videos, there's a replacement on the right hand side of the lower quarter ring back in repair as well. So that's been put in, and there's the new floor going in. I just like to say, look at that bit behind the floor there. Take a look at the metal bit insert. Now he's actually made that himself, but if you actually look at the detail on it, he's carried on all the louvers into the metal. Otherwise it just would have been a plain piece of metal. So he's done all this by, it's like an uncut louver. So he's pressed it all in and formed it all so it follows the shape of the design, and it's just really good. So now he's all the back valance is on. This is where he's got it upside down. he's going in for the full weld now and get everything sort of prepped up, ready to be sealed, weld sealed, and then coated in this Hydra 80, which is a rust proof coating, and then he's going to stone chip it all as well. So I've got these other pictures to come. So there you go, you see he's got the outer seals on now, and he's got the outer seal end cap on at the front, and it is really starting to take shape now. The longest part of the job will be me when I get it back, putting it back together. So as you can see now, he started weld sealing everything in and getting everything so it's all sealed and nice. This will all get hydrated as well, so it'll protect it from rust and corrosion. And then obviously we're going on with the stone chip, and you can see that's basically that blue stuff in the arch. That's what he's done. The whole body's getting done like this. It's the same as what I've been doing to the chassis, what you'll see a little bit further on in this video. So very thorough job. This guy swears by this one set of products that he uses. So as you can see, completely upside down, all nicely fabricated in, all sealed in, starting to really take shape now. And I don't know how much longer this will be with this guy now to deal with before it goes to the painters. But this is the stuff I've been doing on the chassis. So in the meantime, whilst he's actually had my tub I removed, I've been setting to and doing some work on the chassis. As you can see, it's had some stick over the years. You know, it's now in its 51st year, and even though it got a full restoration in the winter of 96 and 97, it's, you know, it was due a freshen up. I don't think the guy actually removed it from the pictures I've got in the folder. I don't think he took the tub off the chassis, and so I think I've gone in a little bit deeper than what he did. As you can see, we're having a look now at the top of the chassis and the condition of it. This is the back end of the axle. It was all of it. It was dry, I got to give it that. There was no particular bad rust on it. There was nothing really eating away of it other than these few holes that I've managed to find and highlight. There's a couple other places I found at the front which I've not took pictures of yet, but they'll be, you know, it's just stuff that when it goes over to Matt at this fabricator, when he's fitting the body back on, he'll be addressing these problems as well. I've painted them all on the moment, rust cured them and painted them all, but it's nothing just to quickly grind back up an area so we can do the fabrication and welds and sort it all back out. So may as well, we're in this deep, we might as well go all the way rather than just bodging it. So this is me now in the process of I've ground everything off, all the loose rust. I've wiped it down, degreased it, and now I'm attacking it with a rust proofer, a rust converter. As you can see, that's why it's all gone blue. So I've done the prop shaft. You can see I'm working all the way down the chassis. I've been underneath. I eventually get the top done. I get everywhere basically done, the spring. Now, funny enough, this actually cocks up on me because it's very, very temperature sensitive. So I had to grind all that off again and redo it on a warmer day. Lesson learned. So always read the bottle. So, I had two types of paints. I've been using frost chassis paint, which is what you see me applying now to the chassis itself and the back end here, and I put just a normal black metal paint on the spring and on the prop shaft and things. I have now upgraded and fitted the suspension, which is Spax adjustable, so they're all on up and doing. I've got the radius arms that go back to the tub all with nylon bushes in, so they're all ready to be painted and go back on. This is me. I took off, cleaned and dressed, rust proofed my drums. Big shout out now. This is from one of my patrons from the channel. He won on poke, he won on blackjack, and he said if he got to a certain amount he'd buy me some tyres, and to his word he did. So big out. That's my dog on my chair. These hopefully will fit in my new car because he's dying to get out there in it. So this is the Le Mans style body, and this was on the car. It's an aftermarket part. So it's now gone in to go and get painted. Same with my roof, and this is my boot. So they've stripped all the panels down off my boot, took all the pins off for me. They've primed everything up, and it's getting ready to be painted in the correct colour of, which is going to be laurel green for the year. So there'll be some exciting pictures and things to come up in the future with that. And obviously this is my bonnet in primer. So like I said, lots more stuff to come. I don't really want to keep bleating on too much. I'm just trying to do it within a 10-minute video as you keep staring out at this. So this is new to me, doing this, talking over the top. Will you give me some feedback? Let me know what you think, because maybe this might be the way forward instead of my amazingly shaky camera footage that seems to make some of you a bit travel sick. But I've got new cameras, so we're up and rolling, guys. So peace out, stay safe everyone, and I look forward to updating you in the future as I start rebuilding this car. Other news is my MG Midget is going in for a repaint at this place as well. I've got a brand new vinyl roof to go on that, and then I will be selling it. So if there's any of you people out there interested in my MG, once it's all done up, hook me up, send me a message, you know what I mean? We can always sort something out. So hope this lockdown ends soon so we can all get out back and enjoy some motor meetings, and until then, this is the only way you're going to see me, and I hope to see you once it's all over. Peace out.